Hey everybody, it's Miss T from the Children's Library of the Plainfield Public Library. Thank you for stopping in for another special STEM project. Today, we'll be building a nest or making a nest. And what you need is a few materials. Now, when you find these materials, you want to be safe, so always ask permission. If you need help, ask a parent, older sibling, caregiver to help you so that you can not only experience science but be safe first and foremost, okay? So, we're going to use natural materials, meaning these mainly that are found in nature, okay? So, we found some twigs. So you know what these little guys are, pieces of, find these off of branches of trees. Leaves. So we found some dry ones. Of course you can use some green ones. Grass in abundance, right? String, if you have it, string or yarn. Other natural items. We have some tree bark, and we're going to use as a stand-in for eggs. You may have seen these green guys. I just learned what they are myself. These are called galls. So they rhyme with the word ball. So these are called galls, and they grow on trees, and they look like, of course, little apples. They're very hard. Don't put these in your mouth. These are not a snack, okay? So we're using these as a stand-in for eggs. Okay, and you can also have, if you have a paper plate, so it can hold your nest, and scissors if you need them, okay? And always be safe with those. But if you don't need them, because I'm not going to use them either, I'm just going to use these two right here, okay? So what is a nest? What is a nest? That's right. If you said it's somewhere where birds live, absolutely. Now, as you make your nest, maybe you can think about birds in your neighborhood. What birds do you see often? Or a lot? Do you see like robins around? And of course, they're the brown and orange. So you see those around, they fly around. You see those a lot, right? What about blue jays? Do you like those? Oh, I love those, right? And just like their name, lots of blue in them. White, a little black, that's right. What about the cardinals? Ah, I love those. Red. And you see them around, and they have that unusual head, right? So we love those. But what we do when we make a nest, we can talk about who has a nest. Where do you find nests? Right? Of course, folks find lots of nests where? Absolutely, in trees. So we find our bird friends, they set up shop in trees. And when you see one, typically if they have a twig in their mouth or a sprig of grass in their mouth, they're getting ready to build shelter for themselves and their young and eggs, right? So you can discuss a lot of things. Oh, I also found a little feathers sometimes. They line their the walls of their nest with all kinds of things they can weave in. So that's why you may find little bits of yarn, because it's easy to weave in with the grass and trees. What else we got? I'm going to use a little bit of the grass here. A little crunchy. Now, always know there is no wrong or right way to make a nest. So, whatever you do, you're doing it right. So be sure of that, right? Don't get discouraged. what we're doing, the purpose of this is to really try to appreciate our bird friends as builders, right? As engineers. The E in STEM or STEAM stands for engineering. And though humans are awesome engineers, we build buildings ourselves, we have to shout out our natural friends who are natural engineers. And those are our bird friends. Some of those are our bird friends. Now, we also find nests where at. If you look up, and when we go to stores, if you see the big letters, that says the store's name, check out some of those letters sometimes, because sometimes within those letters you may find some bird friends who have actually made shelter. That's right, in the letters. I've seen that happen a lot of times. I'm always amazed that birds can find somewhere to live in the midst of even us building up. Right? Building nests is an awfully ancient art. So, I got my nest together. Now I'm going to put my standings in for 2 eggs, aka galls, aka eggs, and voila. So, I built my nest. Now, also I put it on a plate because unlike birds, and if we see a nest and it falls off a tree, if you find it on a sidewalk, it looks pretty much intact, right? Well, owls won't be so much intact. That's why we use the plates to keep them so they can hold their shape. So while we can honor our bird friends, we are not quite birds ourselves, so we may not have all their natural talent. But as scientists, and in understanding our bird friends, when we build our nests, next time you see one, you can appreciate them not just for the look of it, but appreciate the talent and the function as you observe it in nature. Okay? So, we built the nest, and I hope that you try your hand at it as well. Also, find out other animals that have nests, or find out if there's some birds that do not make nests. So that'll be interesting to find out as well. Well, that's it for me for this project. I just want to remind everybody right now, summer reading is in full swing. So, come to our website. We're at the Plainfield Public Library. We're at www.plainfieldlibrary.info. Check out our webpage. Click on the Children's Library. See what programs we have going on. And sign up for summer reading. Read, earn prizes, and come on out and celebrate at the end of our summer reading program, okay? So, this is Miss T again from the Children's Library of the Plainfield Public Library. And in honor and salute of our bird friends, make a nest or observe the birds in your hood. Take care. Stay safe. Bye for now.